few more other details that I'm going to go through now is, and they are here at the user profile. At the user profile, you will notice that I have at my user profile this new section that is called user storage. Okay, this is relating to the open storage project, and the open storage project mission is to enable users to have storage container on the open internet. That means reachable by anybody because they have public IP addresses or whatever. And in order to facilitate the storage of information there that then can be retrieved from other users. Okay, so why do we need this? Because the peer-to-peer network is not handling the transport of the signals per se. Okay, the way that this works is the following. When your bot is sending a signal to the peer-to-peer network, in fact, it's not sending the information. What it does is the bot, what the system does is that the bot has this available storage, okay, and it has a storage container that is pointing to one of the storage containers that you have defined here. In this case, my trading signals, okay? So you can define one or more storage containers. So far, we have GitHub as a storage container provider, but later we are going to develop more providers, okay? Including a Superalgos provider, so we can have uh, our own system if you run it at the open internet to store information for you on the open, okay? But to come back to the explanation of how this works, when the bot produces the signal, it's going to uh, look at which are the available storage you have defined for this bot. You can have one or more, okay, more containers. If you have more containers, that means that it's going to be saved at many different places or more than one places at the open internet at the same time, okay? And that is good for resilience because if the information is deleted from one of the places because the storage provider doesn't want you to have that kind of stuff there, then it's still going to be available some other place, or if the GitHub is down, is down, maybe we can still retrieve the signal from some other place that is not GitHub. Not today, because today GitHub is the only storage, uh, the only container provider, but in the future we might have more than one. So in this particular case, I define this storage container, which is a repository that I created on GitHub, and take into account that this is not automated, the creation of this repository so far. So under your user account, you create a repository. You can call it like this or however you want, even in other user accounts too. Okay, so you create your storage containers, and then um, you link the available storage into your storage containers that you want to record the information of the trading signal. And what is going to happen is that when the system needs to send the signals, that it doesn't send it signal by signal, but it packages all together in a group of signals that when it's trading live is one candle worth of signal. All the signal related to one candle are sent together. And when it is backtesting, it's all the signals of the backtest, if we are talking in a market uh, time scale like 1 hour and above, or uh, all the signals of a single day if we are backtesting in a time frame of 45 minutes and below. Okay, it's going to package all the signals of one day and send it all together for efficiency. Okay, so the signals are not going to, this package of information are not going to hit the peer-to-peer network, but we're going to do, the system does is to save it in whatever place you define here. Okay, and it's going to encrypt it before it save it, and it's going to send the file key or the information needed to locate these containers for that signal, and and the password to decrypt it, okay, via the peer-to-peer network to all the people or all the bots that are following your bot. Okay, so the other bots, when they get this file key, they're going to look for these containers, download the data, decrypt the data, and then start processing the signals. Okay, that's how this works. Okay, so let's go and check this out. I have to remember to show you. There is a detail that there is a file you need to create so far that is not automated yet at this version. That is one of the two secrets file where you're going to store essentially your GitHub or whatever storage provider token, okay, access token, so that the bots can access these containers and put there the signals files or retrieve from there the signal file. So in order to create that file, you need a code name that is unique. And to create a code name that is unique, I just put this GitHub storage container plus my username plus the name of repository, so that make sure that I'm not duplicating the code name of in any of my containers. Okay, but I could have put only the number one here or whatever I want as a random stuff. It would work the same. Then at that file, that secret file I will show you later, you will see that we have, or I can show you now before I forget, um, you will see that we have, where is it that I have this? Okay. For example, here, my secrets is at the root, my secrets. Okay, I will open this file that has my API key for GitHub, my token, but then I'm going to delete it later. So here it goes. The file it should be here. This directory, it should be named like this, API secrets, and have this format, okay? Exactly like this, secrets, then no code name, whatever I put as a code name, okay? GitHub storage container, my trading signals, and the API token that allows the bot that needs to get that information or put information in there, especially the one who has to put the information there. The one who has to get the information, they don't need the keys because they read the information uh, not via the GitHub API, but via the public interface of the web interface they have. So only to store the data, you need this file in this format, okay? So this is what you need, and you need it here. Okay. With that said, we have covered almost everything at a basic level. Okay.